Welcome to the Master of Information Management, or the Dutch version of the program, which is the Master in het Informatie Management. My name is Bart Paasens. I'm the program coordinator of both master programs, and I am supported by the study counselor, Ms. Silke Scheepmans. Both of us will try to guide you through the upcoming year as good as possible. I'm located downtown Leuven in the Naamsestraat 69 on the third floor in room 03.112. So if you step out of the elevator and go to the right, you will find me over there. Very important, don't drop by my office like that, because undoubtedly I will be very busy at that moment, but send me an email up front. And also don't flood me with emails, but in case there's something that you really feel that you want to discuss with me, in case you have an urgent question and so on, feel free to send me an email, or in case you would like to set up an appointment, do let me know, right? Don't send emails to Ms. Silke Scheepmans, but in case you need to contact her, in case you have questions, these questions could be regarding the composition of your study program, regarding your study progress, or general questions about studying at the Faculty of Economics and Business. You can raise those questions or ask for an appointment by means of our FEB Advisor platform, of which you can see the address given right there. Okay, what are the goals of the program? Well, the goals of both master programs is to provide you with a non-technical education in information management. So we will not focus on very technical things like hardware, like the functioning of networks, etc. What we will do instead is we will assume the technological aspect to be a given, right? So we will assume that the hardware is there, the networks are there, and then we will see how we can use that to our benefit to build information systems or to do information management, right? We will do that by looking at the various perspectives of an information system. The data perspective, like how you're going to analyze, model data. The process perspective, how you're going to analyze, model, and manage processes. And the decision perspective, how you're going to analyze, model, and manage decisions, for example. So the focus will be on the efficient use and management of information technology in a business context. And that could be any type of business context. That could be marketing, that could be finance, that could be accounting, that could be production and logistics, that could be HR, etc. And you see the term management there, and this is really one concept that will reoccur in various courses and also various electives. As you will see that various of our courses in the course titles or course descriptions, they have the word management in there. For example, my own course is entitled Principles of Database Management, and another course in which I participate is Knowledge Management, again, the term management, and Business Intelligence. But you also see this in courses such as Architectural Modeling and Management of Information Systems, ICT Service Management, so you see the concept or term management popping up quite a lot throughout the various courses we offer in this program, because it's something that we will extensively elaborate on. We'll assume that you have a basic technological background and then elaborate on the managerial potential thereof. This is just what I came to mention. And there have been some international guidelines or frameworks that have been suggested to provide education in information management or information systems. And two well-known programs are the MSys 2006 and the IS Information Systems 2010 frameworks. And our program, both master programs in fact, very well align with those frameworks, in the sense that our programs aim at providing you with new skills, knowledge, and insight into the managerial aspects of ICT. How are you going to go about managing information, data, processes, decisions, etc.? How are you going to analyze and model data, processes, and decisions in a particular business context? Again, this context could be marketing, this context could be finance, HR, production, and logistics. What is the role of ICT architectures? Throughout many different courses, we will look at information systems by means of an architecture which consists of various components which interact in a very transparent, efficient, and optimal way. This is something that we will extensively elaborate on. We will also teach you advanced information process and knowledge management, right? One of the topics that I'm interested in and that I work on is big data and analytics. This is something that we will also extensively cover in the program or both master programs by means of courses such as Principles of Database Management, Knowledge Management, and Business Intelligence, also the course Business Information Systems, and also some other courses that you may even pick as electives in case you want more information about them. We will also teach you a professional and scientific information attitude. This we will try and accomplish by means of the master thesis. In the master thesis, we will try to ask you to do a mini piece of research. That could be that we ask you to simulate some of our past research using a new setting, using a new type of information system, maybe using a new data set, using a new problem statement. But by means of the master thesis, we will teach you how to look up scientific information, how to condensely summarize it, and how to critically evaluate it such that you can acquire a professional and scientific information attitude. Information management is very important, and there's various companies that extensively make use of it, but there's also companies that provide solutions in the area. Companies that make use of it is Google, for example, right? So Google is a search engine, and throughout the program, we will teach you how Google works as a search engine. We will teach you, for example, about the PageRank algorithm, which is one of the underlying algorithms Google uses to rank order its search results. We will also teach you in the course Business Information Systems, we will teach you about online advertising by means of Google AdSense and Google AdWords, for example. In the course Knowledge Management and Business Intelligence, we will teach you about Google Analytics, or how you can use web analytics in cooperation with Google. We will also teach you about Google Colab, which is an environment that Google provides to do Python programming, for example, and to develop data science solutions using Python. Other companies that make use of information management are obviously Netflix. Netflix is an online movie provider. It also provides documentaries, television series, and so on. So I'm sure it's known to all of you. But Netflix, for example, has a very state-of-the-art recommender system, because based upon the previous movies, television series, and documentaries you've seen, Netflix is going to give you targeted recommendations about what you should see next, or what could be potentially of interest to you as a next thing to watch. This is based on recommender systems, also a topic that we will cover in the course Knowledge Management and Business Intelligence. Facebook and Twitter are two well-known examples of social media. Social media also has various usages from an information systems or an information management perspective. We can use it to do sentiment analysis. For example, do brand analysis to see how well a particular brand is perceived by analyzing its sentiment, or by considering tweets that mention this brand or hashtag it on Twitter, for example. We will also study how you can use Facebook and Twitter data, not only for marketing, but also, for example, in finance to do credit risk modeling and so on. So there's various types of companies that make use of information management and for whom information management is really very important. And to do so, they will extensively rely on information management solutions providers. Companies like Oracle, companies like Windows, like the cloud platform Azure provided by Windows, companies like IBM, which provide solutions to do data management, process management, decision management, etc. So all of these will then also be discussed as solutions providers throughout the program. So we'll try to get in touch with the industry practice as good as possible. So one of the unique selling points of our program is this tight interaction, this close interaction that we try to aim for between our research and the application thereof in industry. And that's also something that that is very unique to the program, because many of the professors that teach in the program have research chairs, and a research chair is in essence an industry-driven way of doing education, in the sense that throughout our research chairs we gain a lot of insights into how some of our research ideas, some of our research findings can be successfully applied, for example, for fraud analytics, for credit scoring, for marketing analytics, etc. Actually, we have various types of research chairs. We have research chairs with banks like KBC, like BNP Paribas, like ING, but we also have it with Coca-Cola, Brussels Airport, with companies like SAP, which is an ERP solutions provider, and so on. And again, it's exactly these research chairs that enable us to gain new state-of-the-art research findings, which we will then try to embed throughout the various courses that we are providing. Okay? So let's have a closer look now at the structure of the Master of Information Management. And the Master in Informatie Management, which is the Dutch version thereof, has a very similar structure or built up, except that it has a few compulsory courses, obviously. So the Master in Information Management consists of about 24 mandatory courses in information management. These are business analysis, ICT service management, architecture and modeling of management information systems, and knowledge management and business intelligence. And again, look at the names of these courses. You see the word management appearing in 3 of those 5 mandatory courses on information management. And the reason is because we consider management of data, management of processes, and management of decisions to be very important for any type of business. And that's why we try to study this managerial aspect on information from various angles. We also have 12 ECTS mandatory basic courses, which is Principles of Database Management and Business Information Systems. Principles of Database Management is a course that I will teach myself, and I will also do a few lectures in Business Information Systems. Then we have the Master Thesis, which is about 15 ECTS, which is a quite substantial part of the program, so we definitely recommend you to spend enough time on your Master Thesis. And then we have 9 ECTS electives, which are grouped into various categories. We have data science electives, software engineering electives, management electives, and recently we also added an internship project, which allows you to accumulate some industry experience by means of doing an internship. Right? So this is the build-up of the program, and the Dutch program is actually quite similar, except obviously that it has a few Dutch courses in there. We have there's quite a number of professors in our group. The head of our group is Professor Monique Snoek. You will see her appearing in the courses Business Information Systems, amongst other, and also Architecture and Modeling of Management Information Systems. Her research expertise is in UML, Unified Modeling Language, Requirements Engineering, and Business Process Modeling. Then we have the Dean of our faculty, which is Professor Lemayeux. He specialized in distributed architectures, databases, and data integration, and business process modeling. Then we have Professor Jochen de Weert, who is a former PhD student of mine. He is specialized in process mining, business process management, and business process modeling and analytics. Then we have myself. I'm specialized into data science, the application thereof for credit risk modeling, and fraud analytics. We also have 2 recently newly hired professors, which are Professor Johannes de Smet, who specialized in business process modeling, process mining, and declarative processes, and Professor Wouter Verbeek, who is also a former PhD of mine, who works into data science, causal machine learning, and cost-sensitive learning. And then we have 2 older professors, Professor Jan van Tienen, who is retiring this year, but you may see him pop up in guest sessions of courses, guest lectures of courses, or even as supervisor of master thesis. He's specialized into business rules and processes, smart flexible systems, information management, and process analytics. And finally, we have Professor Ferdi Put, who specialized into quality of service, network economics and management, and collaborative systems. So you see that we have a quite extensive skill set within our group, covering the various areas of information management, covering actually those 3 areas that I kind of implicitly already mentioned throughout this presentation, which are the data perspective, the process perspective, and the decision perspective. What do we consider to be the key strengths of the program? Well, we think that the key strengths are interactive, feedback-driven education. So you will see that many courses feature assignments, feature exercise sessions, and are aimed at providing you intermediate feedback to make sure that you can closely monitor your progress and to make sure that you can see if there are certain gaps that you need to fill, that you know these, can identify these, and work on them as soon as possible. We always kind of say that this program is not a sprint, or in the sense that it's not a sprint. That means that you, at the end, when the exams take place, that you quickly have to hurry up and study all the material, but it's a marathon, right? So it's a spread out, continuous effort throughout the entire year to make sure that you acquire all the skills that you need to acquire in order to successfully finish this program. It's also based on research-driven education, in the sense that we try to embed state-of-the-art research findings in the various courses, in the various lectures as good as possible. All of the professors in our group, we have a relatively young team of professors. All of us are doing very actively research in our various areas of expertise. And the continuous research findings that we generate are directly embedded throughout our education programs. We also try to tie into the industry as closely as possible by providing industry-driven education. So that means that we're going to give you lots of practical insights from industry by inviting guest speakers, by discussing real-life case studies, and also by means of the master project, whereby we will try to work on an industry-specific case, possibly in collaboration with a firm. As I already told you, many courses, including mine, feature assignments, and here you can see some good practices listed. Take the assignments seriously. They're there to help you. They're not meant to be annoying or to annoy you, but they are really meant to help you to optimize your learning experience and to make sure that you're optimally prepared for the exam and achieve high marks. Our ultimate aim and our ultimate dream is obviously to have as many good students as possible graduating either one of the programs, and to make sure that all the skills that we aim for have been acquired in the most optimal way. All professors or lecturers will clearly communicate the deadlines for submission, and those are to be strictly respected. So make sure you don't exceed your deadline, because it doesn't make a very good impression. And the deadlines always foresee a certain lack of a certain margin as well, to make sure that you can do the assignments at your own pace without needing to hurry up in an unnecessary way. We will also include team-based assignments. The master project will be done in teams of 2 or 3 students. Carefully choose your team members. That's really important, such that you can manage and deal with team conflicts, because as the deadlines approach, sometimes the tension gets a bit higher, and it's very important that you have a good communication structure and that you get along well with your team members, such that you can successfully comply with the deadline and make sure that you deliver a very nice piece of work. So definitely avoid team failure at all times, because it's not nice for the team, it's not nice for the supervisor, etc. The master thesis is actually the cherry on the cake of your education. It will be typically done in close collaboration with a firm or using a real-life data set provided by a firm, and it's the ultimate opportunity to combine theory, practice, and also creativity, right? That's very important. It will be performed in groups of 3 on a variety of topics. It depends obviously on the supervisor who is supervising you. It could be on data analytics, process analytics, learning analytics, enterprise modeling, data quality. You can even suggest your own topic, but the only thing, if you would suggest your own topic, is that you have to look for a supervisor that is willing to supervise you. Your master thesis will be guided by a promoter. That could be me, a professor, or a PhD, a postdoc, and a daily supervisor who is a PhD student who will be there to daily supervise you. And by the way, I'm now giving a high-level overview of your master thesis. There's more information that will be provided throughout various information sessions. The schedule is that you will have your first seminar in October, some second seminar or intermediate results that need to be presented possibly in February, and then the final defense in May, June. This is just a tentative schedule, and we may deviate from that depending upon the number of students that register for the program. But as I told you, more information about the master thesis will be given later on. There will be an info session at the start of the academic year, typically a sandwich lunch and some speed dating with promoters and supervisors to see where you can find the best match, so as to again optimize your learning experience. What are the student versus lecturer expectations? What do we as lecturers, as professors, expect from our students? So you see that every course is characterized by a number of ECTS, or study points or credits, right? And one study point more or less corresponds to 25, 30 hours of work. Do note that there's some variability on there, depending upon the student's background knowledge, depending upon the student's way of working, depending upon how quickly the student assimilates new learning material, etc. So 6 study points is about 150 to 180 of study hours, 1 hour of lecture, more or less, this is just indicative, corresponds to 3 hours of student work. So 1 hour of teaching corresponds to 1 hour of study, 1 hour for tasks or assignments, and 1 hour of exam preparation, or alternatively to 2 hours of study and 1 hour of exam preparation. It's very important to attend the lectures and pay attention. Many professors will either do on-site lecturing or use blended learning. So attend the lectures either online or on-site and pay attention and try to make sure that you spread out your learning experience throughout the entire year. Keep up with the material, read the course text at home whenever asked for. Professors will give you clear indications of what is required when, and you do this preferably prior to class. Important is to participate in exercise sessions, into the discussions. Sometimes we will make use of discussion fora online, participate in those, and make the assignments and make sure to respect the deadlines. What can you expect from us? Well, we will go the extra mile to provide you with high quality lecturing. We will do our utmost best to facilitate, optimize your learning experience and guide you through the next year. Our ultimate aim is to have as many students as possible successfully graduate at the end of the year. We will answer to your questions if they're related to the course topic, typically by email within 5 working days, right before and after the class, so feel free to ask us any questions you may have during breaks or upon appointment by sending an email to a lecturer. Please don't ask us for weekly appointments, right? Because given the amount of students, we can simply not accommodate that query, that request. Try to be very careful about when you want to set up an appointment with us. We'll also try to provide you feedback right after the assignments and exercise sessions. There's also some faculty seminars. You will get information about this, don't worry, but there's, for students writing their master thesis in English, there's a seminar about general master thesis seminar, about the general master thesis and information skills. There's 2 seminars on academic writing, and there's 1 seminar on presentation skills that you see listed right there. For students who write their master thesis in Dutch, you can see this equivalent seminars also listed right there. More information will again be provided by means of our online learning platform, which is Toledo. What are the target job profiles? But remember that I said that the ultimate aim of the program is to provide you with a non-technical education in information systems or information management. So that means that the job profiles are also non-technical. It's not about hardware or networks or hardware maintenance or network maintenance. It's even not about becoming an application developer in Java and Python and so on. But the profiles that we aim for are like a business analyst, business process analyst, somewhat less a database administrator, although you can definitely also do that upon graduation. But you could be a database analyst, a data scientist, e-business manager, ERP specialist. IT architect is also something that we commonly encounter amongst our alumni, etc. You see there, IT security and risk manager and network administrator is something we do not aim for because we consider both to be, again, technical profiles. And as we said, the program provides you with a non-technical education in information systems. We have a couple of communication channels. There's a public Facebook group, which you can see right there. This is meant for students, alumni, professors, and assistants. But do note, this is just an unofficial information exchange. All official information will be communicated by means of announcements or emails on Toledo. There's also a private student group, which is member-only access, which means that it's not accessible to professors. It's just meant for students and alumni. So if you want to do some gossiping or spread some rumors about your professors, this is the ideal place to go to. Practical questions. Well, in case you have any remaining questions, check all the information on the student platforms in English and Dutch, which you can find there. If you haven't found what you're looking for, send us a message through our FEB Advisory platform. Okay, that was it, guys. Again, welcome to the Master of Information Management or the Master in Informatie Management. We really hope you learn a lot, you enjoy the program, and we hope to see as many of you graduate in July, or hopefully not, but if needed, September. Thank you.